Hello, hello, and happy Tuesday. Today I'm coming to you with, and here I should have grabbed the stamp set, the Charming Day bundle. It's actually a suite out there. This is what we're using for monthly club this month. Excuse me. So I decided I would showcase the Charming Day for this week. So it comes, and I didn't grab the dies, it comes with dies that cut all of these, and then there's a couple accent dies. Gosh, when I do my Thursday video, I'll make sure I bring in the dies too. But today, what we're going to make, quick, simple card. This can be a gift card holder if you want it to be. Here, let me grab. It can go this way. It could go this way. It doesn't really matter. But if you don't want it to be a gift card holder, you do not have to leave this little pocket open. But I just thought it's a simple, easy way to make a gift card holder. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And we're only going to be using this stamp set, or this stamp from the stamp set. We're going to be using some Night and Navy and Old Olive Stampin' Blends. I'm using this time I'm going to use the Just Because from the Blooming Phrases, but we're probably going to end up trimming it off a little bit. We're not going to use the whole thing. And I have already punched from the 1 7/8 punch my white circle and a 2-inch from the Night and Navy. That's going to layer up. And we have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Night of Navy, and it's scored at 1.5 and 5.5. In this case, normally I work in a flat, and you still could do that, but we're going to go ahead and burnish. If I can find my bone folder, we're going to go ahead and burnish all of this to get us started. And then I'll give you the measurements of the other pieces here in just a minute. So let's get this ready. So this is going to go like this, okay? Then on the front, this is going to go here. If I can pick it up. And let's see. If you want to keep your pattern together, you can, because I cut them right off. So it would go like this. So we're going to attach this piece down here. Oh, what am I thinking? I flipped it so that we had a little bit of a contrast here. If you don't want to flip it and have the contrast, you could use the same pattern as we have here and do it like that. I kind of like that. What do you think? Gosh, now I can't decide. This way. We'll do the contrast. Such a big decision. You can always make another one and do it the other way, right? Okay. I'm just going to open this up and attach this just like that. Easy peasy. Oh, sorry, I forgot to give you measurements. 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then this top piece is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, then that's going to go here. Before we attach that, we're going to add a little bit of ribbon onto it first. And I'm using, this is the, technically this is Misty Moonlight ribbon. I was going to pull this out. I was thinking it was Night and Navy. I'm going to use white anyway. So let's pull in, we'll use this thinner white. I don't want to come down too far because I want my circles on here. So let me see here. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay. Just trying to make sure I wasn't coming down too far with my ribbon, so I have room for my circles and greeting to go on there. Okay, now this, well, let's put it on straight. This will attach right here, just like this. Okay, there's those two. This is our inside piece. This is for our greeting, and we're going to trim it down. Because if you notice on the inside, I did a little stamping up in the upper corner. Now, I am going to stamp actually in Night of Navy. I hesitated about that, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. So first, I'm going to stamp on the inside. And then I'm going to stamp on our little circle here. Okay. Then we are going to take the greeting. If I can get it to stick to the block. I have used, this is from the Blooming Phrases. If you don't have this stamp set, oh my gosh, it's awesome because there's so many words you can put together here, and I just love how they kind of coordinate. Some of them do. Okay, let's ink this up. And it doesn't matter. I have a little bit of a glare because I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And that's all the stamping we're going to do. So let's put that away. And then let's go ahead and trim this up really quick. And then we will do some coloring. And I'm not measuring. I'm just lining it up straight, trying to decide where I want it. Oh, perfect. Wow. Perfect the first time. Look at me go. And then I'm going to do just a little trimming. I've been into just trimming the edges off just like that. And there we go. There's that. I got a little bit of ink there. Okay. Now let's bring in these and let's do a little bit of coloring. So I'm going to color in light Old Olive. And normally I use the brush tip, but on this Old Olive, my brush tip has, it's not in the best shape. So I'm just going to use the other end, the bullet end, which it works fine. You just get a little more squeaking going on when you use the bullet end. Easy peasy. This card is actually really simple. And when you think about it, the combinations of different, like designer series paper you could put together, you could do it for Christmas, you know, make some Christmas gift card holders or, you know, anything you want because it's so easy to put together. And like the two colors on the front, the designer series paper that we flip to coordinate, they don't have to be front to back coordination. Maybe you have two in a pack that aren't front to back, but you can still coordinate them. They don't have to be a front to back piece necessarily. Now I'm just doing the light. If you want to get, you know, fancier and add some dimension to it, you certainly can. And sometimes I'll just go back over it with the light. And that just adds a little bit right there too. And for me, that's enough. I'm not one to get into the fancy coloring and blending. And now we're just bringing in the Night of Navy. And I'm going to use the other end on this one. It's like my brush tips have definitely been used a lot. But the brush tip is the tip we use a lot to color ribbon and stuff like that. So it makes sense. Okay. All right, and then we will just color the other one. Now, if you wanted a little more contrast, actually, I might grab a yellow really quick to do the inside there. I feel like on this one, it's kind of standing out a little more. Now, if you wanted a little more contrast, you definitely could have stamped it in black. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but it would have made a little bit. Okay, almost have these colored, and then we're just going to do some assembly. Just going to grab whatever yellow I see first. I don't think I have a yellow on my desk, which is kind of funny that I don't. I have had so much going on. My desk is a disaster. Okay, so I'm just going to grab, I think this is Daffodil Delight. We'll go with that. Because we just want a little bit here in the center. Oh yeah, I like that. And I didn't do it on this one, but I think I will go back and do it on that one. Just adds that little bit more. Okay. All right, now. I've been really busy in the craft room because I have my class coming up at the Stille Valley Center on Wednesday, so I had to cut and prep over the weekend for that. So yeah, it's just been very busy, plus monthly club, bonus class, and a weekend retreat coming up very soon. Okay, so we attached this to the circle. Now we're going to attach this up here, and you could put a full piece if you wanted, but nobody's even going to see it. Now, if you're going to leave this not as a gift card holder and you want this flap to go up and down, then you definitely want to cut this at a bigger size. But for what we're doing, we didn't need to. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach this because we want this up here. Just like that. And then I'm using glue. You can use tape if you want, or your tear and tape, whatever you want to use. I just use glue because I just want a little tiny bit on each edge. That way, whatever you decide to put inside here, you have plenty of room. And to hold this down, I'm going to bring this block in. Yeah, I know, there's stamp on it with ink, so don't put my hand in it, Debbie, right? Just going to leave that on there for just a minute. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach this with a little bit of adhesive here. Just about like that. And then we're going to put some dimensionals here on the circle. Top and bottom, not so much in the middle because I don't want it to land on the ribbon. And then we're going to put a couple going along here. Okay, that should probably do it. Let's bring this back in. And take your pick tool. One of my favorite tools to be using in the craft room. And then this is going to go just like that. And I am going to go ahead and add another little piece here. Now this greeting I used might be a little long for what I've got going on here, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, actually, I think it turned out fine. Might be a little crooked. There we go. Okay, and then the bling that goes with this suite is called the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots, and it has Night of Navy in it. So we're going to go ahead and pull a couple of these. Actually, 3. I always decorate in odd numbers. That's just how it's how I do things. Doesn't mean that's how you have to do it. Oh, I think the little backing came off of that one. We'll see here. Yeah, let's put one over there. Alrighty. So there is version number 2. So this one was with Timid Tiger. Same paper. And then this one we used Night of Navy. But what a difference. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions about today's project, don't hesitate to reach out. And please don't forget to like, follow, and share. I truly appreciate everybody that has been getting on my email list or following me on YouTube and or Facebook. If you follow me on YouTube and you haven't followed me on Facebook, I would highly recommend you follow me on Facebook, because sometimes I post things out on Facebook that don't get shared out on YouTube because it's not necessarily a video. So if you want to see everything that's going on, I would definitely recommend that you follow me in both places, and or get on my email list too. Anyway, I hope you all have a great Tuesday, and I will be back again on Thursday. Bye, guys.